Hey everybody, and welcome back to Nerd News Today. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny.
And today we're doing something different because we are in someplace different.
Where are we?
Yeah, so we were at Press Record Studios in Long Island, New York. This is, I guess we can say, the new headquarters for Nerd News Today and a bunch of other things. And this is our first time actually using the studio space here to film a toy review.
Yeah, this is brand new to both of us.
Well,
with this.
More so for you than me, because I've been here before. You're the new one here.
Pretend I'm whatever.
I'll pretend you're a lot of things.
Go right ahead. Be my guest.
Done and done. And I mean done.
Why do I set myself up?
So, Vinny, what do we got today?
Well, we just got the brand new Tales of the Territory set from Mattel Creations.
This is a wildly unexpected set.
Yeah, I did not expect Mattel to go this deep in WWE history. We've seen all of these characters before.
Yes.
But not in this sense.
Yeah, this is a really unique box set here because we're going back to, as Vinny said, the territory days. So we're no longer doing 80s, 90s nostalgia. We're now going even further. We're going into the 70s, which is really uncharted territory in a lot of ways for Mattel.
Like, this was the WWWF days of wrestling.
The Worldwide Wrestling Federation, that very short-lived acronym.
Jeez, that was a mouthful. Thank God they shortened it.
Yeah. So they're kicking things off here with this 4-pack, which is bringing some fan favorites as well as some unexpected ones.
Yes, they brought now, finally for the first time, a wrestling Gorilla Monsoon. We also have Muhammad Ali in a suit, which kind of was unexpected.
Yeah.
And then now we have another superstar Billy Graham and a Harley Race, which they haven't done Harley in a very long time until that recent re-release of King Harley Race.
And that was the only Harley Race that Mattel has done, was that King, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so this is now an NWA version.
Which is even wilder.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that here. Let's just show you guys the box real quick. Surprisingly, for a 4-pack, it is incredibly slim because
I was expecting a bigger box to come with this.
It's actually really super thin, which is fine. I mean, it's basically, we'll see what it is in a minute.
It saves a lot of space.
It does. It's not bad. Simple design.
Simple design, black and white graphics. I actually like the art style that they used.
Very, very graphical is the right word for it. Yeah, it's very graphical in your face sort of artwork. Simple.
So
meant to be a throwback.
Yep. Which, again, we're going now into the 70s.
Yeah, gets the job done, but that's that box. There's more boxes to go, isn't there?
Yeah, we got plenty more.
So always more boxes.
Yep. So
the nice thing about this, though, is it's going to probably be very collector friendly, as most of these things are. Oh, okay. Now we're getting some nice packaging here.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay, so now we're talking real retro. This is like retro poster stuff now.
Yeah. And I've seen pictures online of these, but my God.
Yes.
Look at that Gorilla Monsoon. He looks like a...
Not the best drawing.
Not the best.
Not the best drawing of Gorilla Monsoon there, no?
No, but actually very animated.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
Yeah. But I actually dig it.
And it's pretty nice, too, on this side here, too. We've got Harley Race and Graham.
Yep.
It looks like one of those like cool band posters you'd see, you know?
Yeah, it was like the promotional flyers that they would have out.
Yeah, with the sort of like rainbow colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the text on the sides, too, which is nice and big. That's cool. Nice packaging. Nice.
Very nice packaging.
But there's more because it slides out.
It slides right out.
I didn't know it did that.
Nope, but wow.
So I take back what I said about being collector friendly because this is not collector friendly at all.
No, because from my immediate look, once you pop these out, I do not think you're getting them back in.
Nope, you are not.
No, you are not.
Interesting.
Yes and no.
You can, but not really because you're not going to get these ties back in because there are...
Well, that's the point. You're not going to get the ties back in.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of twisty ties. So not only is there like... Actually, no, they're not twisty ties. These are not twisty ties. These are all the ones you cut.
Yes.
So once those are cut, they're out.
Once they're cut, they're out. If, say, you want to resell this online, you could tell right away if this was mint or if somebody got to it. But my God.
It's really cool, though.
Things that pop right out, and we will definitely get into them.
Well, I wonder what those two things could be.
So
you mean the two things that Mattel has never ever given us before until this day?
And the question is, do I think they're ever going to give it to us again?
Well, we'll come back to that, but
well, we definitely will talk more about that, everybody. Well, now we got these out of the package and into the ring, and
what a set. This is called dead air, Vinny, when you don't talk.
But it's
It's
speechless.
the opposite of what we do in a review.
I'm speechless.
Okay.
With how awesome this looks.
Well, you have to describe being speechless, or else you're just really speechless. No one wants to watch you just go like, mwah, mwah, mwah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But trust me, everybody loves me more than you, so ha.
Wow. So we got our 4 guys in the ring right now, and wow is right, though.
Yeah.
Because this is a really good set.
The-
I was shocked that it didn't sell out,
Yeah, you could still get these on Mattel Creations.
which is, I actually thought they would probably sell out, but I guess Mattel Creations still, really nothing there lately has sold out as far as wrestling, retro
you
stuff,
could
wrestling
get
wise.
all of the Coliseum collection easily on Mattel Collections. Actually, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Muhammad Ali 2-pack
Still
is
there.
still available.
It was
So
on
that's-
clearance last Black Friday, in fact.
Yeah, and it's still on the site. I think the only thing that sold from that site, from that Black Friday clearance, was the Wars. Please say it for me.
Raw's War Ring.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's still there too. All the stuff's still, which is wild to me. It's still available. I thought this stuff would have been, sold out real quick, but it's not. So hey, maybe we'll sell a few units today.
Yeah, hopefully.
So this is based on some real stuff, as most wrestling toys are, which is nice. As opposed to like when I talk Marvel Legends, and it's like maybe not so real.
No.
So what's cool too is the box actually does tell us when these things took place.
Yes.
So we have the 1976 meeting between Gorilla Monsoon and Muhammad Ali.
Which that proved to be one of the biggest meetings on, at the time, WWWF television.
Yeah, that was huge. 'Cause Gorilla Monsoon comes out to basically wrestle a jobber and just manhandles him.
Yeah.
But Ali is there in the crowd, and he starts calling him out, and he actually gets in the ring.
Yeah. And that was, you see the infamous, or famous, I should say, airplane spin on Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, which is pretty great.
Yeah. And that was like, everybody was like, oh my God, Gorilla got his hands on Ali. So, and that would set up plenty of things to come.
Yeah, because this is also right before, I believe, we got the Inoki and Ali fight, too. It's about 2 years before.
Correct.
Yeah, and then also that would have been around the same time as Wepner versus Andre the Giant. So they're starting to kind of like play a little bit with kayfabe and all that stuff, and what's real, what's not real in the combat sports world. So
True.
pretty innovative stuff for the late 70s.
And again, a significant moment in wrestling history.
Yeah.
But now we get to another significant moment in wrestling history, the NWA Championship against the WWWF Championship.
Yeah, this is 1978, January 1978 in Albany, New York. So what, like 5 hours from where we are right now,
Basically.
which is amazing.
So New York was the hotbed of wrestling at that time.
Yeah, and that's how we got a showdown between two of the greatest champs of all time. Title for title, by the way. It was title for title.
Yeah, and
Unlike
this
a
was
certain King and Queen of the Ring event that just happened.
fair, but still, this was like, oh my God, the NWA and the WWWF champion are fighting against each other. Like, who's the best of the best? So
And the answer was really no one because it was a time limit draw.
Well, yeah, I went to a draw, and of course, you knew. Now that we know how wrestling politics work, oh, it makes more sense.
Nobody was going to win that match, but what a match
Nope.
it was.
So yeah, I never got to watch the match, but I sure as hell probably could bet you did.
There's clips out there as well if you don't want to watch the whole thing, because it was, I believe, it was either 45-minute or an hour-long draw. So it was a full-on Broadway. Superstar Billy Graham was bleeding towards the end of it as well.
Of course.
Because he was playing the heel for that match. It was a good match.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was heel for that, actually, because you can find press conference footage online where he's like, going like, I'm the strongest, I'm the best. He's just doing all the
He's
heel
doing
promos.
his usual shtick.
Yeah, he's being himself, and Harley was the babyface.
Shocking, because wasn't Harley a heel also at this time?
Yeah, but for at least as far as I can tell, it seemed like Harley was actually playing a good guy. Or at least to
Interesting.
me he was. That's how it came out
That
for
might
me.
be the only time I think Harley Race was ever face.
He might have actually worked heel-ish in the match, but I mean, it's
But then again, that's heel versus heel.
yeah,
so-
exactly. So it's an interesting match. It's a really interesting time capsule for wrestling right
Yeah,
here.
and I don't think we'll ever see stuff like this ever again.
No. So let's talk about the figures now. That's the background story about who these guys are. Let's dive in.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling some dudes out of the ring here. So I'm gonna grab my Ali and my Gorilla Monsoon here, and the likenesses are just astounding. These are
Oh, God,
spectacular
like-
likenesses.
Especially looking at Gorilla Monsoon from here. Oh.
No, this Gorilla Monsoon is like perfect. This
Yes.
this whole set's got really good likenesses. I would venture to say that maybe Ali might be the weakest of the bunch, but that's still
Fair,
yeah.
exactly, because there's something with that face. I'm like, That
Yeah.
doesn't look like Ali. I don't know.
Like, I'm trying to remember what we thought about him in the Ultimate version that we looked at, and I feel like we had.
We have better head sculpts.
I think we did. I mean, this one
This looks like the referee Ali.
maybe. Yeah. Yeah. It's
It's
because it is a younger Ali, but something about him. Yeah. It's like the eyes. Maybe. I think it's the eyes. Because he had like kind of squinty, sunken back eyes. Those are kind of hard to sculpt. But I also just think it's the lips, maybe the cheeks.
like something's off.
Yeah.
There's something. I don't know.
But this Monsoon though, that's
My God, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
That I remember more commentator Monsoon, but still, like.
although he does look a little bit like a substitute teacher to me also. Now you
Fair,
can't
but
unsee
that
it.
was also towards the end of his wrestling days.
Yes. Yes.
To be fair,
So he was probably moonlighting as a substitute teacher in New York.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he did know all his body parts.
That is true. He taught anatomy at high school somewhere.
Exactly. Now I'm looking at the Harley right now, dude. Look for yourself.
Let's
Look for
try it
yourself.
here. You can have an Ali. Wow. Wow. Wowie wow wow. Okay, yeah, so I skipped out on the King Harley race because
I
don't-
did get the Harley
you
race.
You got the re-release version.
Yes.
And I regretted it, to be fair, because I was like, I want a Harley race, but they'll probably never do him again because of his history in wrestling, where he spent most of his career.
Was it exactly?
And then lo and behold,
WWF only had King Harley Race.
yeah. And lo and behold, here we have him now. Like, this is what I was waiting for. Like, this last time we got this version was Jax. Jax.
Yeah, and Jax, kind of the way they did their stuff was a little
They jacked it up.
basically.
Yeah, yeah. It was cool that we got him at the time, but I mean, I passed on that figure too because it was just at that point Jax, and it wasn't
Yeah.
doing it for me. But this likeness is again like having just recently, even just earlier today, I watched the press conference clip and some of the highlights of the match again. And I'm like, this is just him,
Yeah.
like hands down. And they even got his little fuzzy permy afro thing going on. Like
God.
that's really great. By
Yeah,
the way.
the hair sculpt on that is phenomenal.
The Motorhead sideburns also.
Yes.
The connecting mustache, right? Like this is a great head sculpt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing this figure, I want to go back and watch some of the Harley Race stuff from his NWA days.
Good stuff here. Now,
Yeah.
I want to take your Billy Graham also.
Go
Let's,
right ahead.
Let's do that. I'll put Monsoon there. Yeah,
Now-
wow. Wow, okay, it's like hard for me to say which one's the best sculpt, but when I look at the Billy Graham,
That's another
that might be the
picture
number
perfect
one.
one.
It really, and the pose he's in too is like perfect too. This
Yeah,
is,
the pose out of the box is
Yeah.
just like, and my God, look at the arms.
right, those are massive
But
Hogan
he-
arms. I mean,
exact-
we got a Hogan back here. These are actually more toned, I think, than the Hogan. Are these new arms?
I think so, actually.
Because look how vascular and like enormous these things, like how defined. Like Hogan's
Yeah.
arms are big, but they're not that
Yeah,
defined.
well, I don't know if you could see on that Hogan up there.
No, they're not as chiseled as this.
No.
You can actually like see more definition as opposed to the other Hogans that we
Because-
have here.
Well, then again, Mattel is starting to put more into the definition. I think in one of the recent interviews, they are doing a lot of retooling.
Which is, yeah, they are doing a lot of the older sculpts. They're just revising with new elbow joints and knee joints where
Yeah.
applicable. But I mean, these head sculpts are just like, wow.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, that's again perfect.
You got to remember too, like these
Billy
are.
Graham, and we've gotten this Billy Graham before, but it had the swappable heads with also 80s Billy
Yeah.
Graham.
Now, let's remember that these are not scans. A lot of folks like to say that things are scans. How about head sculpts
No.
or head portraits? We should say it's really the portrait in this case. But these are not scans because these guys were not scanned.
No.
Like yeah, none of them are
exactly.
alive to be scanned. So these
exactly. How
are
can
3D
they?
sculpts. These are 3D sculpts. So they're working off of photos, and these look perfect to me. And that's what's scans are great, but I still
And
say you
that's the
got to
thing,
get
like,
artists to
some of
work.
them, it's like I do want to see the reference photo of what they used. I think honestly, the last year and a half to 2 years, they've been really, really knocking it out of the park.
Now, let's talk accessories really quickly because, to be honest, they're basically already wearing most of their accessories. So,
Yeah.
what we didn't take out of the box, but I'll probably throw in some photos here, is in the packaging, there's a bunch more hands. So, I've got here for our Harley and our Graham, we got just more open hands.
Yeah,
They are, one is more tan than the other because Graham likes
because
his
Graham was more tanned, yes.
Yeah.
Which I won't lie, if you're not paying attention, you could easily mix them up.
Yeah, you could at a glance, but once you start matching them up to like
Once
the
you're
bodies and
matching them
stuff,
up to skin tone,
different
then
story,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a fair point. But
I don't think you'll have that problem with Gorilla Monsoon and Muhammad Ali.
no,
No.
and they're significantly different.
They are much different because again, Ali has grabby hands, but he also has finger pointing hands.
Yeah.
And Monsoon has some pretty unique hands for himself. We've gotten these hands before,
Before,
but not often.
they look like claw hands. I like to call them.
Like they're not that frequently used, and
No.
they're perfect for Gorilla Monsoon. So that's the bulk of the accessories, but beyond that, it's really all about the entrance attire.
Yeah. So who do you want to start with first?
Let's just get Ali out of the way because Monsoon.
Monsoon comes in his wrestling attire, and
Yeah,
that is it.
that's
He
pretty much
had nothing else.
No, Ali
No.
is where it gets interesting.
Because Ali comes out with a suit, which he did come into the ring with.
He did. Well, actually, he took it off when he got into the ring.
Well, that's what I was going
Yeah.
to get to next. Thank you.
Spoiler alert.
Thank you. So, but here's the first detail that popped out right away. Look at the watch.
Got a gold wristwatch.
That is pretty cool that they gave him a watch.
Yeah.
I like that touch. Because who would have expected, I think this is the first watch for any wrestler.
I think, actually, no, Undertaker recently had one. There was because it was the Raw anniversary Undertaker that came out recently, and that actually had a modern wristwatch.
Okay.
That did come off. And there might be one other, like there might be a Rock maybe. But it's rare. It's uncommon.
It's uncommon for wrestling figures.
But they're starting to throw it in a little bit more here and there now because it's not a hard accessory to do, and it adds more value into the packaging and the way these guys look. So, yeah.
Now, as I mentioned, you can take. Just got to be careful.
I'm just like flinching. So I'm like, oh, there goes the watch across the room.
Yeah, that's one thing you got to worry. You can take the jacket off to reveal a shirt underneath. And the shirt does have a tie attached to it, which I think is a cool touch. That's weird as it sounds.
Now, as far as the color of the accessories, too, if we're going to nitpick a little bit, it's pretty close, but I think it was a little bit more gray, if I recall. But it's close enough.
Then again, keep in mind, I've learned with these figures, like, sometimes I do nitpick with the colors, but then I'm like, depends on the lighting, depends on...
the lighting. It's 1970s TV lighting.
Exactly.
And you know, I could also say, like, you know, if I was going to talk inaccuracies, then his tie is wrong because there was a design on the tie, but there's no way they're going to replicate a tie at this price point. You kidding? So
no.
Yeah.
So you also have to keep that in mind, the price point and everything. But the shirt comes off nice and easy. The jacket comes off nice and easy.
And this is him now basically ready to take on Gorilla Monsoon in the ring.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Exactly. In the confrontation, he took his shirt off and got into Gorilla's face, and I almost lost a hand.
Yeah, I just saw that happen. That was there goes my adrenaline for the night.
Yep.
Yeah, and he also took off his shoes, so there are no separate feeties attachments.
Well, they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's been a while since they did any barefoot wrestlers.
Fair, but imagine they do have swappable feet one day.
Oh man, that's gonna be the day. Yeah, sorry, because he started throwing jabs at him, and he was just like swatting them away, like
And again, this is what makes it perfect that you can reenact that whole entire scene.
You can. I mean, there's not much to it, but yeah. Or you can, if you want, you can do it. You know what happens next.
Oh.
It's how the match ends, or it's not really a match. How the encounter ends, because it's like the most famous airplane spin that's ever happened in wrestling history.
And you can have them. There you go, nice and set up.
There you go, easy, super, just like that. Wow, perfect. Yeah, let's pop them back in there. So that's great. But really, those if we're gonna talk about best accessories, worst accessories, no comparison. But we gotta talk about the best because this is why we bought this set.
Exactly.
And I know a lot of folks complain like, why do they have to make this a 4-pack? But there's a reason why.
There's a reason
these
why.
Guys, most likely.
Because if it was just Gorilla and Ali, if they would have put these in store, this would sit on the pegs.
Oh yeah, sadly it would.
This would sit on the pegs. If they put this 2-pack out, good luck finding them.
Yeah. So the belts.
The belt.
Should we start with the belts? Let's come back to the belts. Let's just make it harder for everybody.
Yeah. Because
Harley Race is an amazing robe too.
Yes, and that's like the classic
Yes.
Harley Race robe. Everybody knows of it. Hell, I believe the last time we saw it was Tommaso Ciampa wearing that robe on a Monday Night Raw. So this is a iconic robe.
I'm going to go ahead and take it off. But how's your Graham's outfit?
Oh no, this is peak superstar Billy Graham. With the Hawaiian shirt, the tie-dye, the pants, and also comes with a pair of sunglasses, and there's actually a little detailing. I don't know if you can see that.
I noticed, yeah, it actually has like...
That's pretty cool that they're getting to that point. Now, interesting. This is a shirt that does not have the Velcro.
So you might have to take his head off, potentially. I don't think those shoulder hoods are going to come out.
No.
These are elites, not ultimates. If it was an ultimate, they would come
As an ultimate, yes. Now they're starting to do the arm joints coming out. So, this is interesting.
I don't know how you're going to get that shirt off him safely.
Okay, the head comes off.
So you're just got to be pretty much extremely gentle with it. That's how it feels. So
yeah, but here's the thing. I'm actually liking more that they're doing the shirts this way because I actually hate when it's the Velcro, whether it be on the front or the back.
Yeah, I don't mind the Velcro because at least I know how to take it off, but I do get that it kind of ruins the seam.
It ruins the aesthetic.
Yeah.
But what's also good, I could already tell. Here's one thing they did smart with the neckline. There's that cut.
Yeah.
So that's going to make it a little bit easier. Not that bad.
Yeah, once you get one arm off, the
Not
next one
that
comes off,
bad.
no problem. It's just,
And
it's
I
just
feel
that
like
initial
putting this back
movement.
on should not be a problem.
Well, I'll find out later.
And
But
at
yeah.
least you could tell the difference between the front and the back.
And so now that we got our wrestlers out of their entrance gear, I can point out something now. And this is where I do want to nitpick a little. It's not like a deal breaker for me, but technically their outfits are wrong.
Really?
Yeah, their outfits are actually wrong. So Harley Race's outfit, again, it's hard to tell because of the color and the film and how it's filmed.
Fair.
But whether or not it was this shade of navy blue or black, it's a little hard to tell. But what Harley did have was a stripe on the side. There's no stripe on the side of his trunks here.
Okay.
And to be quite honest, this is, from what I can remember, a very inaccurate outfit because he was actually wearing red, not purple.
Really?
And it's a pretty deep red. It's pretty clearly not that color. So it's like they went with a more iconic look for him, maybe,
That could be it.
as opposed to being more accurate to the match.
Now here's my question for you. Because do you remember when we got this not Harley Race, Billy Graham years and years ago?
Vaguely, but it was like an older version of him, wasn't it?
Well, it had the swappable heads.
Yeah. Okay. I said
My
the older head.
curiosity now is, did that one have the correct attire?
You know, I don't know because I didn't get that figure. So yeah, I don't really know. But
That's now a curiosity, but I'm going to have to go on your word with this because I never watched it. So, like, I didn't even know that there was title unification at that time.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
mean-
was never, it would be unheard of.
it's pretty obscure. But yeah, different times.
Different times, but
But otherwise, I mean, accuracy,
otherwise-
whatever. But what I care about is just how good they look, and they look great.
my
Like, that's a great outfit.
God, look at the definition on Billy Graham.
Like that's
like,
that's the torso we've seen for Luger, I believe. But the arms are different. Those are new arms.
those are.
I want to say that
those-
Race has like maybe new arm, at least new bicep parts, but it's hard to say
Hmm.
because they are smaller. But there's a vein going through one of them, so I don't know. But it looks good either way.
It
Like,
looks good.
These are both
it
good
looks
bodies.
And of course, they got Harley's tattoos and everything.
The tattoos are amazing. Love those.
So, and still, you're right. This is an iconic attire of Billy Graham. So let's get to the main event.
Yeah. So I think we gotta start talking about what we really bought these figures for, though.
Yeah,
That is the championship belts.
these belts right here.
So Vinny, in his hands, has the WWWF championship belt, right? It was the
Correct.
3 Ws.
There's still the 3 Ws, which, let's see. Ooh. You want to laugh?
Yes.
They actually have that inscribed on this.
They really put it there.
Yes.
Plus, I get to look at the belt now too. But like, there we go. I can see you now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Damn. Wow. What detail.
Wow. Wow. I was like, would they switch that to WWE? That's one of my curiosities.
Well, it's the WWF that's the problem. The WWWF is not a problem.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
That one extra letter makes a difference.
It does.
And
And
that's why they had to get the F out.
fair play. Fair play. But still. Wow.
So the big reason I wanted this, and folks know who watched our previous wrestling videos a while ago of those Power Town figures, was, we want NWA belts.
And we were getting the NWA belt, but you had to get a freaking Matt Cardona and Brian Myers 2-pack just to get that belt. And guess what? Those belts don't fit any other wrestler.
No, they look great, but they only fit those figures, and barely.
Exactly.
Some of them fit really well, others don't. They're all over the place.
It's exactly.
The only time we've gotten an NWA belt before was the Toy Biz TNA figures with Jeff Jarrett. I believe it was Jarrett who came with the belt.
Yeah, because and at that time, TNA was still NWA TNA.
Yep. And I bought that figure just for the belt. So I've been waiting, 2 decades to get a proper figure belt for my guys, and this is it.
Yeah.
This is
the
it.
only other one that, and I should have brought it. I have it at home.
Yep.
The Forbidden Figurines NWA title, which if anybody's ever gonna go out and buy like the custom belts and whatnot, I would go to her.
So I got to tell you here, this belt's just gorgeous in every
Yeah.
way possible. Sculpting is amazing. For the price, I wish there was more painting on here. Yes.
That was a one
But
nitpick
it's-
I heard online,
Yeah, 'cause-
but at the same time, come on.
Yeah, because again, we are still talking about what, $20 a figure essentially.
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah. This pack was $70, and you got 4 figures.
Yeah.
Do the math.
Yeah, exactly. So we got the belt. The paint's not all there for the flags, but they can't do that for that price.
Yeah.
They really can't. It's
Actually,
unrealistic
I was
to ask
wrong
about
at
them.
$80,
It was
but
80,
still.
but still, we're still talking $20 a figure.
Yeah, when you get elites now, it's what?
Yeah.
$25 to $30, depending on them.
But you could paint it yourself if you really wanted to. But I mean, the sculpting is
Exactly.
there. That's what matters. The sculpting is there.
And you could see the little details in
Yeah.
between the plates too with the round
And that actually is
rings.
painted, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And your belt as well, the WWWF belt
Yeah.
has like, that's just
All the
killer
God,
sculpting.
and has like, and look how many plates, and plus it has 3 plates on each side,
Yeah.
which no other belt has that.
I just love that we're getting
God.
all these retro belts now because we got the big green, like what, a year ago? We got the
We
big
got
green.
the big green finally
Like,
because we did get the LJN version with the Coliseum collection.
I feel like we're going to be getting maybe one day a retro Intercontinental belt
If we ever get a Tito Santana ever again,
or Pedro Morales.
Pedro Morales,
Pedro or even Pat Patterson. Or
Pat Patterson, or a Greg Valentine.
it's a lot of options. And plus with this belt now, I mean, are you kidding me? We could have like Luger, Flair. Flair maybe not right now, but like
Flair not right now.
there's
but what-
possibilities.
Did Luger hold the NWA belt?
Yes, I believe he did. I believe he did, unless it was the big gold. It might have been the big gold by then.
It might have switched
Yeah.
over to the big gold.
Who could have this?
Dusty.
Yeah.
Because we could finally get a 70s Dusty. We had all the Dusties we've gotten were either polka dot Dusty or late WCW Dusty.
Yeah. Really, this whole set opens up just a lot of new possibilities for a lot of guys we haven't gotten before, or versions of them we haven't gotten before, and really the accessories we've been thinking about and dreaming about for the longest time.
Now we're now getting a real treat
Yeah.
with these.
So $80, worth it.
100%.
Totally worth it.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
yeah, like, can you nitpick about flags? I guess you could, but like, it's just nitpicking at
But
that
it's
point.
Nitpicking again.
And like, yeah, am I like bothered that heavily by like their outfits being maybe wrong? No,
No.
because they're still pretty iconic how they are.
Exactly. And again, and also to be fair, are we ever going to get another Harley race like this? Probably
Not like this.
not.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many Harley races. This isn't
No,
like, you know, a
probably
Sting or anything like
Same
that.
thing. Oh, Billy Graham like this. Are we ever going to get that? No.
No.
This Gorilla Monsoon, we're never going to get.
No.
The only one that I could have seen us getting was Muhammad Ali, because we've already gotten in the past year the Ultimates, one as a referee, for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah.
We got the Legends line just came out with another Boxing Ali.
That's the one that's hard to get right now is that one.
Yeah.
So if you get that one and you get this 4-pack, you're basically good on Ali for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And the Ultimate Edition, which again you could still find out on Mattel Creations.
And yeah, that's the thing. You can get these still on Mattel Creations. This is not like an endorsement. We're not being paid or anything like that to
No,
endorse it,
but-
clearly. But
Get them if you can.
and I would even say they're really probably not going to sell out. So, you know, if you wanted to take a risk, and I would endorse this, you know, wait till Black Friday and see what happens. Because last year, Mattel had a hell of a sale. I don't think they're going to do anything that dramatic this year.
No.
But even if it's a 25% off sale or buy 2, get 1 free or something like that, you know, it's still going to be discounted and it's going to still be there. So it's going to be like your
so-
chance to stock up on a lot of Ultimates and a lot of these Elites too that are worth it.
Exactly.
But I'd still say buy it full price because it's
Buy
worth it
full
now.
price.
And
It's
you want to
it's
buy it full
worth
price because it's also going to tell Mattel we want this. If we do wait till Black Friday and this stuff's still sitting around, I mean, again, I'm sometimes scared Coliseum Collection is just going to end abruptly because there's not enough support for it. So we do kind of want to buy it while it's happening now because
Fair.
otherwise there's no support.
Which we are going to eventually do more Coliseum collections. So, and that's another line that I love.
It's a great line, yeah.
It's a great line.
We got to support the line somehow. That's the problem.
Exactly. There's absolutely no. You're right. There's no reason not to get this.
And we both really dig these figures a lot. So yeah, highly recommended from the both of us here.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking more at that Monsoon. Damn, that Monsoon is pretty sweet.
It's pretty much a perfect Monsoon.
Yeah.
This whole set, really. I mean, Suited Ali is cool too. 'Cause I've seen a lot of folks also reuse his body for a lot of other folks.
I've already seen that. Like
Yeah.
The Rock goes, like his head goes perfectly with that.
Yeah, I've seen Teddy Long. Anybody who has this kind of skin tone, you have that option now to do some swapping.
Exactly. So that's also another option. That's what I'm sort of like with Mattel. Like now that they're making the heads at least able to be swappable and also hands and everything, they're opening the door to customization.
So lots of possibilities down the road for these figures, for this lineup. There's some good stuff coming. Just a knockout
Yeah.
all around. This is
I am happy we got these right away.
Yeah, this is a good buy.
Yep.
Definitely a good buy. And I think that's time for us to say goodbye now too.
Unfortunately, it is that time.
Yeah.
So
that's our look at the territories. What's this called? This is the territories
I
4-pack.
believe WWE Live Pro Wrestling Legends of the Territory Era, featuring larger-than-life superstars from the 1970s.
All right. Well, that's what that is. So yeah, you guys know where to get it. We like these a lot.
Creations.mattel.com. And
Whatever.
it's whatever.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
They'll
They're smart.
figure it.
They're smart
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
And this is our first episode here in Press Record Studios. And if you're interested in checking out Press Record Studios for yourself, and if you're in the New York, New Jersey area, perhaps, come on down, check us out at pressrecordstudios.com. We can film your podcast, we can film your YouTube videos, your live streams, whatever you're doing. So until next time, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny.
This has been Nerd News Today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time with more wrestling figure reviews and everything else we do here on the channel.